Is there a trend you are seeing against, hiring for skills and dividing up the team on basis of skills vis-a-vis aggregating it up to the role? What is the opinion the panels have?
So what I'm seeing really is, when companies decide what type of CSM they're looking to hire, we're looking at, what type of accounts do I have? Is this individual going to serve the enterprise versus the SMB, which is exactly what Peter said? And then what is the complexity of our product or product solutions? Is it very highly technical or very simple? And then beyond that, there's like core skills that we're looking at. Are they efficient? Are they consultative? Do they know how to develop relationships and products? Like Peter said, like in 2021, 2022, companies are not only hiring for a different type of CSM depending on the segmentation and enablement model associated with that segment. We're also seeing deviation of specialized roles within the company to allow them to scale. I did a video with SalesLoft, which I think she sort of like was a trailblazer in that, where she actually split, for example, those who do expansions versus those who just, deal with the retention, especially if you have sort of like very simple contracts. And another factor is how many products do you actually have? A company that has multiple solutions because they went through an acquisitions and sort of that, they're not going to have a technical CSM, even if the solutions are very complex. They're going to have a more of a consultative person to manage those accounts so that they're more of an industry expert. And even they would hire someone that really understands certain industries that they work with. And then the last piece that I want to say, and it's not a trend, but I don't see enough teams do it. So I'm going to call this out. If you're listening and you're thinking about hiring in 2022, the most sophisticated teams actually sort of have a grid for their skill sets. And you don't need more than one or two people if you're a medium-sized team that knows how to handle data or can be very technical or have specialized skills on how to do upsell and cross-sell, or are an expert in creating presentations. I mean, like this is for the mid-size and startups, right? You kind of want to say, what are the skill sets that I need on my team? Who do I already have that's like an expert on that? And which checkpoints do I need to still check off? And then the next CSM that you hire, you look for that missing skill that you don't have in your entire team so that one can teach each other. We don't need to have all the CSMs have all the skill sets, but we need the team to be powerful. And so I teach my clients how to do that grid and how to hire for that grid. It's not a brain surgery, like anybody can do it. It's just a matter of being aware and actually doing it as part of your hiring strategy. If you liked what you've heard so far, that's awesome. More coming in a second here, but in the meantime, I want you to click that like button so that YouTube knows that this is great content and you can start sharing it with others.
I think at a large company level, you're starting to see that, that there's this necessary kind of a consensus forming that the role of a CSM is very complicated the larger the portfolio of products and services that they are required to support customers in. And we're not at a point yet, I believe, with technology being leveraged by customer success to the extent that it's helping your general CSM to really fulfill that kind of comprehensive role in a kind of a productive way and a scalable way. So until that time happens, I think leaders are going to say, well, we still need kind of nuanced roles within customer success. And I think you called out a few of them, like implementation and other, and even we're doing that too with, large strategic accounts. We have executive customer success individuals. And then we have a general population of CSMs who handle the lion's share of high touch accounts. And so I think we're going to see that for the time being, I would say, until, again, like I said, and this all ties in with the CS operations piece. Once that becomes more sophisticated, then we might see some of that kind of technology brought to bear in a bigger way to help make CSMs far more productive than they are now. And I don't mean they're going to handle 100 accounts versus 10 accounts. I just mean that those 10 accounts will be serviced in a much more sophisticated way by CSMs in a much more proactive, predictable way. And so I'm looking forward to that day.